Okay, so in this video I want to talk about prepositional phrases and the accusative and ablative cases. And you'll find this in the textbook on page 64, the discussion of this. Okay, so sometimes prepositions can be used with the accusative or with the ablative. All right. So, for example, if we have sub arbore dormit, he sleeps under the tree, right? The ablative is being used here. Insofar as sub is a preposition under, and it takes the ablative case. Okay, so it's the ablative singular, of course, because it's under the tree, all right, rather than trees. But then we have other prepositions that take the accusative case, like ad januam dormit. I must be making this video too late because it's like subconsciously I'm choosing the examples with sleeping, dormit. He, she, it sleeps. He, she, it sleeps. That wasn't conscious, but now that I'm paying attention, now that I notice it, it's kind of interesting. All right, so, and here, of course, we have he sleeps at the door. Okay, and we see that in our passage, incidentally. The doorkeeper, the janitor, is sleeping by the door, at the door. So we have ad januam. Now, ad is also a preposition, meaning near, at, toward. Okay, but it takes the accusative case, which we see here with januam, right? So here we had the ablative with the e at the end, and here we had the accusative case. All right, so now all this raises a question, and as I mentioned to you earlier, a lot of students don't feel discouraged. A lot of students, when they first start studying the ablative case, find themselves confused. I certainly did when I first studied as a high school student. All right, so don't feel intimidated by the ablative case. But now there's a question arises about when you use each case, because again, some prepositions will be in the accusative case and some will be in the ablative case. And recalling our discussion in class today, the way that you tell is by the dictionary definition. So, for example, we used the example e or x. All right, so if you look at this is on page 291. If you look at the glossary, it says e or x, preposition plus ablative, right? From, out of, right? So here, the dictionary definition indicates that this preposition takes the ablative case. All right, let's look at another one. We had the one from before, ad. If I look up ad, like from ad januam, this is on page 288. We see it says preposition plus accusative, right? And again, it means to, toward, at, or near. Okay, so we know that takes the accusative case. Now you have to be careful because in some cases you'll have prepositions that take that can be used. The word itself can be used with either, but they'll mean different things. And the example we discussed in class today was in. So there's one use of in, takes the ablative case, that means in or on. So this is the Latin, so this easily get confused, but this is the Latin, which is the same, the word itself is the same in English, right? But then there's another use of in, which we also see on 293 in the glossary, that takes the accusative case. But when it takes the accusative case, it means into or against. Okay? So a good rule of thumb to adopt here then is to start paying attention. When you see prepositions, start paying very close attention to the definition. Start making good use of your glossary. Okay? So, anything, let me just double check that I don't have anything else to tell you at the moment about prepositions. Let's see now. I think that's good for right now. I would review, if I were you, on page 65, the section that says forms that deals with the ablative case. Make yourself familiar with that table.